Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. So there's been a lot of rackets that came out in the first half of this year. So a lot of the companies are really not leaving a lot for the second half or the end of the year now. But there are some rackets coming. Stay tuned. All right, so coffee sponsor of today is Sam Ng. Sam writes, Mr. Wise Man, I buy you coffee, you help me. Hee hee. My tennis friends like the Wilson US Open balls because it gives them the US Open Grand Slam feel. I, on the other hand, prefer normal Wilson trainers because they are more budget friendly and their bounce are easier to hit with as compared to Wilson US Open balls. I was mocked at the end. Any comments, please? My friends are watching your videos and maybe hear from others too. Okay, Sam, this is a little interesting. I think that balls are very, much of a personal preference. I feel that, the premium balls, like a US Open ball, a marathon, those last a little longer. They're a little faster in the beginning. And, I've always said that the premium balls will last set and a half to 2 sets, depending on how hard you are on them, versus like a trainer or a championship ball that may last about a set. So it just depends. It sounds like the trainer suits your play style and maybe isn't so fast in the beginning. But you do notice it. If you play with one and then you switch to the other, one will be faster and the other will be slower. So like I said, it's just personal preference, and it's just what you're used to. US Open is just my preference, that's all. It's not as fast as a marathon or as hard in the first 15 to 20 minutes. Okay? Thanks for the question. Thanks for the coffee. If you want to be my coffee sponsor of the day, network is buymeacoffee.com/tennis spin. If you want to just hook up the channel, super thanks is the way. Link is below. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, dark roast in it. Okay, so as you guys know, there was a lot of rackets that came out the first literally 4 or 5 months of the year, like overloading the tennis world with a lot of new and updated introductions. So that does not leave a whole lot for, I call it the US Open towards the holidays. The first racket that should be out now are the shifts. So there will be 2 models first. We got the regular 99 and then the Pro 99, which is the 1820. The regular is a 1620. Okay? We've tested these and we've liked them both a lot. So these are out now. If you're interested in getting spin, if you're interested in a unique feel that bends this way and is firm this way, I liked it, and most of the people, or all the people that I've given these to, definitely have given their approval. Okay. There is a light coming. There is a light version of this coming right at around US Open time. Now, another update that we're anticipating is the Prestige. The Prestige line will also be revamped and updated. the new cosmetic looks really, really good. The models will remain relatively the same. The names will be relatively the same ever since they've changed the names and the place cards generation ago. Hopefully the confusion will subside and we know which racket is which now in the Prestige line. So that we'll know which one to buy and not be confused. Okay? So Prestige. Another racket that's going to get an update. Oh my gosh.
Harry, you played well.
Thank you, Coach. Been feeling really good lately.
That second set, you really came alive. What was it? Strings? Grip? Shoes? What?
It's actually this electrolyte mix from my friends at RTP called Second Wind.
Wow.
I pop that into my water bottle, shake it up, and I'm good to go.
Wow.
That's my other win. So Yonex V-Core Pro line will be getting a revamp. Okay. So it's been about 2 years since this version has come out. The line I haven't really seen yet, but I'm guessing that they will relatively stay the same in terms of models. As you guys know, they have the 330 in the 1619, the 320 in the 1820, the 310 in the 1619, and then the 100s. They will probably remain the same with possibly a new technology in there and definitely facelift in the colors. Now, the number one question that I keep getting asked is, when is the Federer racket coming? That's a great question. I keep posing that question on Wilson, and Wilson doesn't really have an answer for me. I've actually seen pictures of a racket that looks just like this with an RF symbol on it, and even Fed holding it himself. So maybe it exists, or maybe it existed, and they've held it back. Unless you guys have seen one and I don't know about it, but Wilson keeps telling me that, it's coming, and they're in negotiations with Roger to basically get him on a non-playing contract. So he was on a lifelong playing contract, so now they have to sign him to a non-playing contract. And I feel like it's taken majority of this year already to get that negotiated. But there are pictures of a racket that looks just like this with an RF on it online, because a lot of you have told me and have sent me pictures and links. So I was a little surprised to see that. I'm guessing he was testing it out and it just hasn't been made to sell yet. So hopefully that's on the way. Okay? Yeah, so that is the outlook for the rest of this year into the early part of next year in new product tennis racket launches. All right, guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.